Tadeo?
Nania.
Yes. When you were speaking before about the tree falling,
Yes. Did you hear it?
yeah, I feel it.
Yes.
I feel,
That was a joke.
oh, because of if a tree falls.
Yes.
Well, I do actually feel it and hear it.
Yes, I know.
And there are at least 500 trees that have lost their lives in this hurricane,
Yes.
as well as probably innumerable animals, I would imagine.
A few, yeah.
And I think there's many of us that are connected with these beings.
Yes.
And so I was wondering if you could address, how that orchestration.
They added their energy to the shift. They gave their energy to the shift to help you shift.
So, I know there was a couple of trees that actually took out some people, too.
Yes. Well, those people really wanted to shift in a different way.
Okay, so coming back to the idea that they add to our shift.
They chose to add to this particular shift, yes.
So they amplify the energy of the transition to a new reality. They add
Yes.
energy by assisting us
Yes.
in shifting.
Yes.
Well, that's really beautiful because they're so beautiful and giving.
Yes.
Because
That's what nature is. Beautiful and giving. Supportive. Sustaining. Allowing. It is a gift. Always a gift. And always giving.
so whenever they give to us, best thing that we can do is honor them
And give back.
by just sending love to all.
Or something physical, some action that represents the idea of also expanding and increasing nature.
Like planting trees.
Yes.
Or helping animals.
Yes.
Or doing things like
Any
that.
of those kinds of things and other things. Yes.
And also I was thinking about the dolphins, that when the dolphins are underwater, if you ever go swim underwater during a hurricane, it's totally calm under the water.
Yes.
But on the surface, it's a torrent.
Yes.
And I guess that signifies the idea that the dolphins understand the idea of being at the center of the
They
cyclone.
understand being the eye of the storm.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Can you scan me and,
I am scanning you.
well, then can you tell me something about myself that I consciously don't know?
Are you connected in any way to the area on your planet called the Ozarks?
Not sure.
Why are you not sure?
I don't understand what you mean, like Ozark Mountains?
Yes.
Yes, I lived right around there for a while.
All right, then why weren't you sure what I was asking you? I said, are you connected in any way to the area of the Ozarks?
Yes, I am connected.
So yes, I lived there for a while would be the answer, yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Am I going to have to pull some more teeth?
Yes. Yes.
When you lived there, what energy did you feel most strongly that you enjoyed?
Animals?
Are you guessing?
No. Well, no. I'm saying animals.
Oh, all right. I know you're saying animals. Why are you saying animals?
Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Oh, all right. Anything else?
No.
See any lights while you were there?
No.
No lights in the sky?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Really sure?
As far as I know.
All right. Well, you asked me to tell you something you didn't consciously know.
That's true.
Thank you. You actually have had encounters in that area that you don't recall. So if you will go back to the energy, the feeling of being in that area, when you go to sleep, you may begin to remember encounters you have actually already had. Things you have already seen that you don't remember seeing in that area. All right?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Pleasant dream.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My passion is being at the, I guess you would say, the pinnacle of human consciousness.
What does that mean to you, though, in terms of how you express it?
To me, that means being the most evolved version of myself that I could possibly, following the highest excitement.
All right, so you're acting on your highest excitement, which is what? In terms of a physical outward expression.
Well, it's everything. Actually, I have plenty of passions. I've been creating music.
There you go. Thank you.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, martial arts. I create books and everything.
Right.
So I express myself creatively. What I've been fascinated with is the dynamics of consciousness and the afterlife and the soul. And I'd like to know.
I know that you call it the afterlife, but I would just like to point out that there actually is no such thing as an afterlife. It's just different life. Because you're still alive, so it's still life.
Well, I guess it should be noted, the reason I'm even more fascinated with consciousness, I always have been my whole life, but
yes,
I suffered a tragedy within the past year. The closest person on earth to me
crossed over.
Yes,
all right.
In my arms, in my presence.
All right. You share something in common with the channel.
Very interesting.
His best friend of nearly 4 decades crossed over 10 of your months ago.
So I believe it was exactly.
And her husband and her sister, all within the same year.
Wow. I believe my experience was also 10 months ago.
There you go. And so, recently, the channel has had a communication from that friend where he saw that friend climbing a white staircase, followed her up the staircase, but at the top of the staircase she turned and said, "You can't come no further. I am moving on to another plane. Go back down." This is what the spirits would say. The friends would love, embrace you, support you, but remind you that there is purpose to being where you have chosen to be, but they are always with you and always connected and always communicating whether you are aware of it or not.
Thank you.
Does that help you?
It helps me, but what confuses me is, my whole life, it's been, as soon as you become aware of something, it's a choice. It's no longer subconscious. And lately, it seems like the awareness hasn't been enough to set me free. I've been fascinated with the number 11, my first memory of my whole life. Number 11. And that's my synchronicity gauge every day of my life.
Then why not see what happens in the upcoming month that is numbered 11 in your nomenclature? And see if some shift happens within your consciousness with regard to your connection to your friend.
Well, a lot of things have been happening, and I kind of wanted to be in the right place for that time period. For instance, I don't understand how I can believe that there's not a dust particle in the universe that's out of place, and yet the awareness of that is not enough to set me free. For like some days I wake up and
set you free from what?
The identity of moving on through life as someone who lost the closest person in the world. It's perfectly evident every second of my life.
Yes, but that is because you are defining it as a loss instead of an expansion in a different direction.
How come sometimes I can look up and smile and be jealous and almost say, you got there first, like you're lucky? And
how come? Because you are human. because you have been brought up with a certain idea in a certain reality, and in many ways you are still part of the consensus agreement of your world. There is nothing wrong with grieving. You can allow yourself to let it be all right to grieve, because it is another process of transformation. You will come out of it as a different person. It's just that you're not out of it yet, but you will be. They will help you.
You know, I've been waiting for help because my best friend, we have a band and we've been making music for 9 years. And then,
Yes.
you know, all his legacy, I feel I've consciously taken on the burden. I'm proud of it to...
It's not a burden.
Right. It's not. Then why, you know, I don't understand why I define it that way.
That's all right. It's simply part of your grief and part of letting go of the old definitions. You're just doing it in a certain way. And even though in the spirit world they don't really wait for you, I'll just put it that way. Your friend is waiting to make different music with you. When you arrive at a certain place, that will happen, and you'll be able to receive what is being sent that you're not aware of now because of the grief. But when you let that go, when you shift sufficiently, you will see that there is new music that can be created between you in a different way.
Thank you.
It will occur. As you say, in your reality, just give it time.
Is it possible that I was convinced fully that it did occur, and then upon following my excitement I was excited, I really was convinced that I let it go, and then it seemed like I stumbled while following my excitement, and then blamed the...
But that's what excitement does, remember? Excitement exposes the idea of that which is not compatible within you with the excitement, so that you have an opportunity to transform it in your own way and at your own pace. So it's doing exactly what it needs to do. And from time to time, yes, you do shift back and forth between realities all the time. So sometimes you do shift into realities where you are absolutely perfectly at peace in the relationship as it is, and other times you choose to shift into realities where you're not. But that's all right, because that's what you're learning, is that you're shifting, and you're becoming more consciously aware of the fact that you're doing that through this process. And that's one of the beautiful gifts that your friend is actually giving you an opportunity to experience by having gone on ahead of you, is the opportunity to experience those ideas of how to shift into the reality you prefer more consciously.
I understand that. Thank you.
All right. Pleasant dreams to you. You will have more communication, and you will be fine.
Is there any way to lighten up, you know, I'll choose the words increase the probability, because I've been following my excitement. For instance, shamanic rituals since then have been the source of probably my highest excitement. And then I had one a couple of days ago, and it was the most terrifying experience of my life. I believe you mentioned it yesterday, where some shamanic rituals are with the purpose of feeling what death is like.
Yes.
Maybe subconsciously I wanted to feel that, because I felt I was feeling exactly how he felt, and I was positive.
Well, it's not so much you were feeling how he felt, but you're feeling the idea that you're not ready to transition.
Right, and I thought I was, because I was running towards it, and then when I got there, I was more...
You know, have you heard us do the simple test to tell whether you're ready to go or not? Have you ever heard us give that test?
I'm not sure, it's slipping my mind right now.
Would you like to lie down on the floor for a moment?
Sure.
Go ahead. Lie down on the floor. Close your eyes. Are you there? Are you on the floor? Yes, sir. Are your eyes closed? Yes. Take a deep breath. Say, I'm ready to leave. Say it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Can you open your eyes? Can you stand up? You're not ready to go. Because you see, it is that simple. If this really were your time, you would actually be able to just lie down, say, I'm ready to go, and you would go. If you can open your eyes and get up and keep living, you're not ready to go. It's that simple.
So there's just, I'm going to get rid of the last bit of doubt right now that it couldn't have happened against his will.
No, not at all. The timing was chosen.
Thank you.
The personality may not remember that the timing was chosen, but the overall being chose the timing. And it was, in that sense, well orchestrated, musically speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you direct me in the way to understand more of the afterlife dynamics then of the process of, or is that not where, because that seems to be combining my fears and my highest excitement?
Most individuals, and of course there will always be exceptions based on belief systems and based on what you've chosen to experience, but most individuals, when they arrive on the other side, will simply find that it's like waking up from a dream. Just as you have a dream, and in the dream it feels very, very solid and very real, but then when you wake up in your bed, it is simply a dream, and this feels like the reality. When you die, you will find it's like opening your eyes and going, oh, this is really me, and that was just a dream. You remember it fully. You learn lessons from it. You review it in what is called a life review to see what the consequences of your choices and actions were, and you expand your consciousness by absorbing all the lessons and consequences of the choices that you made in that life, and you take that experience, as you say, under your belt.
And that's heaven?
Well, it is simply the same for all in terms of what they believe they will experience. There is, in that sense, only one place, only one dimension. It's here, it's now, it's just a more refined frequency. Heaven is right here. Hell is right here too, if you want it to be. The idea, nevertheless, is that you will mostly experience immediately what you believed you would experience, or if you believe nothing, then it will be a relatively neutral experience until such time as you go through your life review, and until such time as you are also greeted by those who have passed on, which is a very common part of the experience, because they will help you cross over, they will help you acclimate, they will help you remember who you actually are on that level. Because the other part of the dream encounter that the channel had with his friend that I haven't told you yet is that when she arrived at the top of the stairs and suggested that he needed to go back down the stairs and could not follow her, he didn't exactly recognize her in the way he knew her in life anymore. By going up to the top stairs, by rising to the new level, she actually became more than she was. She became truly more of her true spirit self, because herself as the physical person that he knew, and the same with your friend, the physical person that you knew, is only a fragment of what they are as a total being. And he sensed more of her actual total beingness. Thus then, the idea is that when you become more of your being by going back into spirit in that way, you will recognize yourself in a sense as a different being to some degree. You will know that this personality is a part of you, but you will be more than that. And the friends that greet you, you will recognize the part of them that you knew in physical life, but you will also see them as more than that. You'll recognize them as friends on a different plane, in a different way, on a different level, with a different identity altogether. And then you will simply be with them. You will talk amongst yourselves in your own spirit way, telepathically, and you will decide what you wish to do from that point forward. It's really that simple. And you can create any kind of experience because there really is not so much of a time lag in the spirit. So if you wish to recreate some of the things that you experienced in physical reality, you are capable of doing so, and they will manifest instantaneously because there is no process or time lag involved.
Well, that seems it seems beneficial and a little bit detrimental, because if you have any, like with the shamanic experience I had, if there's the slightest trace of a negative thought, you're instantly in hell.
Yes, but you see, the idea is that because the idea happens so quickly and because it transforms instantaneously, as soon as you create the idea that you might wind up in hell and find yourself in that kind of a scenario, you'll instantly go, oh, I don't want this, and instantly you'll be out of it.
And it won't be like shamanic where you don't have that much control over it.
You have total control instantaneously in the spirit realm. So that's why most individuals, even if they truly strongly believe they might wind up in a type of hell, the second they're there, will instantly snap out of it because it's not a pleasant experience unless they're extremely masochistic, which is very rare. Do you understand? They would have to insist on staying there.
And they'd still be getting what they want.
Yes, they would. And they would know that. And even knowing that would actually lessen the experience. So, does that help you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Good job, man. Bashar.
And to you, good day.
So it's perfect that I went after this young man because I lost a son 5 years ago, but I continue to communicate with him, and
Yes.
so I want to share that with him so he
Thank
knows
you.
that.
Thank you.
And he appears to me in dreams and in meditations.
Yes.
And it was one of these meditation experiences that I'd like to ask you about.
Oh, all right.
I was in a guided meditation in a workshop, and we were visiting different planets, and went to the planet Lyra.
That is not a planet. It is a system.
Star system, okay. But I heard that it was also, someone told me it was a planet on the Pleiades, part of the Pleiades.
There are other worlds in that sense, but you have to differentiate the idea of the system as opposed to other worlds in different systems.
Okay. So we were there, and I popped out of I was aware of myself in the meditation experience, and then all of a sudden I was there in Lyra with him. He came down the mountain on a dirt bike and skidded in front of me with a big smile, and I felt like it was him, and I thought, I'll know it's him when I look at his blue eyes. At the same time, the person in guiding the meditation said, you'll know the beings from Lyra by their crystal blue eyes. At the same time, I connected with his eyes.
Yes.
Which popped me back into the room. But I wondered for you, to ask you what you can tell me about that experience, and particularly
Well, it obviously has an incarnation there, even though it is not exactly a physical reality as you know it. It is less physical, although it has some degree of physicality. But it has an incarnation there, and that's what he wanted you to see, is that that's where he's focused at the moment in your terms of linear space and time.
Okay.
So,
okay.
He has used the experience of his earth life to enhance the experience of that life.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. And it was a beautiful, he had a beautiful smile and so forth, so I knew he was happy.
Wasn't really on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
That's just a symbol.
It was for the joy that he was experiencing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's how it translated, because it's a quasi-physical reality where such things can manifest as symbols for the purpose of getting an idea across.
Right.
This is what full telepathic contact is like. You actually really just see and experience the whole idea instantaneously, and you get it. It doesn't have the imprecision of physical languages.
Yeah, I experienced his joy, so that was the point.
Yes.
Okay. My other question is about, I'm sure many people in this room are having the same experience, the energy downloads that come through.
Yes.
Generally, if I'm sitting in meditation, or even sometimes just sitting at the computer, sometimes when I'm driving, it's always when I'm in a seated place, because sometimes the energy is very strong and I can't move. And so is this just preparing our vibration? Is that what that is about?
Well, it's many things. You're getting information that you can adapt to your system. You're preparing your frequency to make shifts. You're doing many things with it. It's communication from guides, from other spirits, from your own higher mind. It's all sorts of orchestrations going on. There are many things happening on the different levels you are connected to simultaneously.
Okay. And so the buzzing in the ears, is that the same thing as that?
It can sometimes, not always, it can sometimes be an indication that you are receiving higher frequency energy and that your body may be adapting to it and incorporating. It isn't always that, but sometimes it can be. It just depends upon the circumstances and that particular moment in terms of what's going on.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Is that sufficient, or is there something else you wish to discuss?
I have one more question.
Yes.
So we're sitting here with what is now Tropical Storm Irene, and it has manifested in as just a tropical storm, not a hurricane. And just recognizing that in the last, I don't know how many days, we've had both experience of an earthquake, very small tremor, hurricane, tornado in the area encompassing...
See how exciting things are?
Right, in the area encompassing D.C., New York City, Boston, particularly.
Yes.
So we have shown that we have been able to downgrade this, shift the reality. So can you just tell me how that affects the big picture, as far as that affects us in this reality, the financial and political situations that we have in front of us?
Well, they will also begin to destabilize, but then you will also shift into realities where there will be stabilization, but in a different way, in a different context.
But I'm saying, I guess, did this show to us that we have the ability, was it...
Whether is an expression of the collective consciousness emotional body. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's what your weather is, a symbol of vibrationally. The collective consciousness emotional body going through its little changes, shifting its perspective, expressing itself in terms of those shifts.
Okay.
And so, this will play out on all levels in your society. Nothing can be left out.
Mm.
You follow?
Yes.
But you may find that when you truly shift to parallel realities of your preferred vibration, things that exist in the parallel reality you are in now will no longer exist there. In that sense, they simply will not be compatible with the vibration of the reality you prefer. So there may not always be a version of everything in every reality. If it is simply not germane to that reality, you will simply have let that idea go, no longer needing it.
Okay.
Does that help you?
It does. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very nice to be in your vibration again.
And good day to you.
Thank you. I've been working on a project that's about, I feel, one of the oldest historic abduction cases. And
Such as?
such as, it's about a couple hundred years old. I feel it's been documented, and I'm very excited about writing about this.
Oh, all right. Go right ahead.
And so I feel the excitement, but then sometimes I have a resistance to my excitement.
Why?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I
You are simply also resisting knowing that you know.
Right. So my resistance is...
Remember what we suggested for finding out what the resistances and fears are is actually amplifying them in your imagination by asking, what's the worst thing I imagine might happen if in fact I went forward in my excitement? By actually acknowledging it that way, you can paint a clearer picture of what it might actually be.
Thank you. But sometimes I think I run out of excitement in that.
You run out of excitement.
No, I'm excited for a while, then I feel, okay, I've completed today's work.
One moment. Remember that when we talk about the idea of excitement, it doesn't mean you're always jumping up and down. Excitement can be also expressed as a state of balanced rest and peace. Don't interpret the idea of acting on your excitement means you have to be running around all over the place, up and down stairs all the time, in order to express the idea of excitement. Perhaps it would simply be more appropriately labeled your signature vibration, whatever way it wishes to express itself. Just because it might be in a peaceful state sometimes and in a more active state others, doesn't mean that both are not representative of your excitement.
Okay, that helps. I get that. That was a good piece.
All right, but you see, all you had to do was invent your own definition to define it that way, and then you wouldn't have been confused.
That's right. I was using someone else's definition
Yes.
to define my excitement.
Anytime something like that seems not to be working for you, it's a good indicator you're using someone else's definition instead of the one you would prefer to invent.
I see. Okay, I think that's connected to possibly, is there any piece in this process, in this creative work that I'm doing that I might be missing?
If you are, you will discover it by simply moving forward. Right now, the idea of resisting and hesitation is the only thing that would allow you to, quote unquote, miss a piece. But if you simply move forward, you will miss nothing.
Okay.
Remember, the only way you can miss an appointment is to spend time worrying you will miss the appointment.
I got it.
If you don't spend your energy that way, it's not possible for you to miss an appointment you've already made.
Okay. Is there anything you can say about the abduction experience that's traumatic, yet beneficial as far as our evolution? Like I was talking to Darryl, he was saying, yes, it's traumatic to meet beings from other places.
It can be, because of the compartmentalization that you've created within your consciousness, that in meeting beings of different dimensions start to break down before perhaps you are ready to integrate. Nevertheless, that breaking down and, in a sense, quote-unquote, forced integration will, over time, give you more ability to integrate yourself as you get used to the idea of that frequency, of that vibration.
So I'm trying to communicate that idea to the public, this idea of integration of trauma through meeting these beings, and
Yes.
I feel I need to integrate that in a way that the public can really accept.
All right, well, we have to leave a lot of that up to your own creative imagination in terms of how to express that, but I will remind you of something that may help you in the writing of this idea. In that, generally speaking, although again there are always exceptions, but generally speaking, over 90% of the time, let's say if you wish a number, the idea is that the beings that are met in those encounters are other versions of those people.
Right.
Therefore, they're meeting themselves, they're meeting other versions of themselves, and that's why the connection is so strong, so dynamic, and in some cases so traumatic, is because in a sense they've forced themselves to look at a mirror and see a reflection of something else that they also are, which tells them they're bigger than they thought and automatically starts cracking those barriers apart, because they're actually looking at another version of themselves that they didn't expect to see.
Right. So I'm also looking at that collectively as humanity refuses to acknowledge public awareness that these beings exist
Yes.
in the sky. So collectively, we are facing ourselves as well.
Yes.
Could you?
Absolutely.
And so how do we make that bridge to the humanity that is in denial?
By allowing yourself to express the idea that only by allowing yourselves to be your true selves, by acting on your highest joy, which is your signature vibration, will you allow for the smoothing out to occur that will allow you to encounter anything you need to encounter without resistance and without fear.
So how do I talk to institutions that are so...
We will live this up to your own imagination to create the language necessary.
Okay, you're talking about government.
You understand the principles. Yeah. You just need to find your own words for these ideas to express them.
And I feel it's happening with certain organizations. There's still such a huge resistance. But
that is all right. Remember, it's not about trying to change them. It's only about changing yourself and shifting to a reality where versions of those people already exist in a way that's more reflective of the vibration you prefer. It's never about trying to change someone else, because there is no way for you to do that.
So if I shift to the vibration of the version I prefer in encounters, this whole process for me and the rest of the planet might be easier.
Yes.
Got that. Okay.
Does that help you?
It does help me.
Thank you.
I have to shift my vibration, so I'm doing that.
You are shifting. You just need to shift in the direction that you prefer with the definitions that you prefer for that reality.
Great.
Thank you. There will be a brief amount of time remaining for this transmission prior to the utilization of the holotope meditation.
Okay, so how many more names can I draw?
I meant very brief.
Does that mean no one?
It means it is time for your intermission to set up for your holotope experience. Enjoy a very short break, and we will resume this transmission for your holotope adventure.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Darryl, and we'll
Thank you.
Look forward to this experience.
All right. Have fun. And it'll say we will continue the transmission in the following way. We're going to take a little ride through our solar system, not yours, ours. Allow yourselves to relax. Focus on the center of the holotope as you imagine that you are aboard one of our spacecraft, and as we begin to take a little journey. Take a deep breath in, turn down your lights, begin your music, and relax.